Your Local 2 Weather Authority forecast.
So, Ren, I got to put up my rain boots, my rain jacket yesterday. Got a little crazy, but today calmed down a little bit, saw some sun.
A little crazy is an underestimation of what happened yesterday. It was definitely a wild day in terms of weather, but fortunately it cleared out relatively quick, and now we're already starting to see a lot of clearing all throughout the basin. And fortunately, we're not going to see anything like what we saw the last couple of days, but we do have some rain chances for tomorrow. Let's look at the Doppler radar. We're not exactly looking at this because of what's on it right now, but I just wanted to show you how strong these thunderstorms were today, especially down in the Trans-Pecos. You can see around 4 o'clock p.m. is when these storms are really starting to develop. And then if you look at Terrell County, you just see how this storm really spread and covered a very large range of area, especially down in the rural areas. But fortunately, those storms have passed, and now we're not really seeing too much on our Doppler radar in terms of rain. A lot of it has moved on, but we do have some more rain chances for tomorrow, and we also still have a flash flood watch in effect for many areas across the Trans-Pecos, and that's going to stay in effect till 7 a.m. on Sunday to be safe. Now, we don't really have too much going on throughout the Lone Star State, but we do have some thunderstorms still going on just over in New Mexico and kind of hitting the El Paso area too. But this is also very good news. A lot of these very heavy thunderstorms have cleared out quite a little bit down in the Gulf Coast. We have a former co-worker down there, Jay Russell, who fortunately is okay. They just saw some very, very, very violent storms all throughout the Gulf Coast, all throughout this weekend. But fortunately, that has passed, but we'll have to see how things go from here on out. But as I said before, those storms in El Paso dropping one of the hottest areas in Texas down into the 70s right now. You can see the 60s up in Albuquerque. Also seeing those 70s out to the east and the 80s down along the coastline. Seeing the high 80s over in Dallas-Fort Worth. But not really much going on here in the Permian Basin. Some pretty cool temperatures, actually. Seeing temperatures all the way down to the 70s in Pecos County. Even seeing 65 down in Alpine thanks to those thunderstorms. 74 in Pecos. Then seeing the 80s up in the northeast. 83 over in Big Spring. Now, almanac for today, we don't really see this too much. We're actually below average, but we are today 91 degrees for today, well short of our record of 105, normally at 94, but we are above average for our low at 73 degrees. We expect similar temperatures going into tonight. Humidity levels actually have dried out quite a bit already up in the northern basin, 82 right here in Odessa, Midland, it's 35 in Big Spring, but still very, very humid down in the south where they saw those thunderstorms earlier. Expect a pretty sticky morning tomorrow if you're heading out for your morning run, but it shouldn't take too long for conditions to dry out down in the Trans-Pecos, especially how dry it normally gets when the sun is shining. Now, wind speeds right now, not really much going on throughout the Permian Basin, but we are seeing some pretty strong winds out to the west at 15 miles an hour in the Guadalupe Mountains, but seeing everything just below 10 just about everywhere throughout the entire West Texas region. Not anything picking up on our wind gusts, but we did have some very strong wind gusts today. 52 out to the west, 41 in Carlsbad, 35 down in Dryden where they saw those storms, 24 in Pecos County, and then 16 over in Pecos. Now getting to your regional forecast for tonight, expect temperatures looking pretty mild in the northern basins, as low as 59 in Lovington, so you might need a jacket there, but expect temperatures to stay in the low 60s, 67 up in Big Spring. Then tomorrow, not going to hit the 90s in the northern basin. Very good news there, a very enjoyable Sunday. Central basin temperatures in the high 60s, and then tomorrow temperatures in the high 80s, maybe a couple 90s, and then going to the Trans-Pecos, high 60s and low 70s. Tomorrow could be seeing 90s in Sheffield, and then going into the mountains as low as 58 in Marfa, and then 77 for the high tomorrow in Marfa. Looking at the 7-day forecast, this is pretty good news. Low 80s for tomorrow, or high 80s for tomorrow, low 90s going into Monday, Tuesday, all of next week. But we do have some more rain chances on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Fortunately, nothing like what we saw this weekend, so that means that's the good kind of rain. We love the rain in West Texas, just not when it all comes down at one time like it did yesterday and earlier today. It's a little overwhelming
for our streets, and I know in Big Spring, I hope you guys got a little better over there because I heard there were some hang gliders.
Yeah, it would not have been good hang gliding weather yesterday, but earlier this week, yes.
Yes, well today I hope it got better for all y'all over in Big Spring because hang gliders from all over the country and beyond continue taking flight over West Texas for the 15th year. They hosted their national hang gliding competition, and Local 2 News was there for takeoff with pilots for as As far as Guatemala and Mexico, they tell us when weather conditions are perfect, this area of West Texas offers them a flying experience they can't get anywhere else. So they didn't really see that yesterday, but they saw it today. So that was exciting for them. And moving on, a slow and steady process now shines with a big payoff. Tonight, Local 2 News Stephanie Sobek gives you a look inside the Center for Children and Families' newest facility in Midland that's able to help a growing population in the basin.